Have you ever wondered how the Navy pilots and other Army officials manage to swerve their flight to the right at a moment's notice, rev their engine multiple times, and yet keep the fuel capacity managed? Well, the truth is that fighter jets can only fly around 2,400 kilometers at full tank. And if you have watched Top Gun, you will know the precision and time constraint given to Navy pilots owing to the very short runway built on ships. So, the idea that there needs to be a way to reach fuel to Navy pilots midway was first formulated in the form of Boeing MQ-25. So, what do we do to solve this problem of not being able to procure fuel when the jets need it? Do we just let the aircraft only far enough into the sea that they come back for refueling mid-battle? The Navy, going back to Top Gun, are very specific about the discipline and fitness of their pilots. Another major aspect of fighter pilots and jets that is given utmost importance is innovation. When the Navy realized that they needed to soon find a way to refuel jets mid-air, the idea of the $155 million Boeing MQ-25 Stingray drone was formulated. Such jets were called the U-class, or Unmanned Carrier-Launched Airborne Surveillance and Strike concept by the U.S. Navy. Back in 2006, even as Paris Hilton was still one of the biggest news items and pixie cuts were the fastest growing trend, the United States Navy started working on a drone that could provide solutions to mid-air refueling requirements. The U-class was a United States Navy program that was launched to develop an autonomous carrier-based, unmanned combat aerial vehicle providing an unmanned intelligence. The physics of nature teaches us that having a bird-like body helps cut through wind more easily because nature has already adapted itself for efficiency. It has already understood best shapes and has changed and morphed itself into the best efficiency. So, many human-made articles, including the airplane, are shaped like the bird to achieve maximum efficiency, and since then, there have been multiple attempts to make the process even more efficient and fuel efficient. With the concept of a stealthy strike platform capable of penetrating enemy air defenses ready, the U.S. Navy was working toward developing an aircraft to conduct low-intensity counterterrorism missions. In the year 2017, the Navy released the final MQ-25 Stingray request for proposals to different aircraft manufacturers. But Boeing had already secretly finished building its wing-body tail in 2014 when the U-class program was paused. In December 2017, Boeing unveiled their prototype model. Recently, drones have been used as a support in photography and videography during major sports and other events. They were a source of amusement for many because it is slightly new technology. They are also feared to be used in surveillance, leading to breaches of privacy and livelihood. The Boeing MQ-25 Stingray is an aerial refueling drone that was first launched in September 2019. This is the first time that a drone is being used in defense to refuel aircraft or in such a pressured and time-sensitive environment. The design of the Boeing MQ-25 is powered by one Rolls-Royce AE 3007N turbofan engine that provides 10,000 IBF of thrust. This engine is a variant of the engine that is used in the Navy's MQ-4C Triton. The MQ-25 Stingray is slightly less stealthy than other flying wing unmanned aircraft vehicles. However, it has a stealthy fuselage shape. In addition, a flush inlet and V-tail protect the engine blades from radar. The MQ-25 is self-sufficient in terms of landing, taking off, and flying. But ship-based pilots control the Stingray using a remote console. Furthermore, in 2018, Boeing was awarded a $805 million development contract to construct the MQ-25 Stingray drone, which will let them keep an eye on flying operations. An agreement with the U.S. Navy. The Navy is willing to shell out an additional few million dollars to buy 76 remotely piloted aerial refueling aircraft. According to UN reports, Boeing's T-1 prototype and a Navy F-A-18F fighter jet were seen taking off from Illinois in 2021. The fighter attached itself to the drone's fueling pipe in midair and took in 325 pounds of aviation gasoline. But 325 pounds isn't exactly a lot of aviation fuel. Well, not much more than 1% of the fuel capacity of the F-18. Moreover, was the MQ-25 supposed to carry 15,000 pounds of fuel? To completely fill an F-18, 2 of them would be required. However, the test flight and in-flight refueling demonstrated that the idea would function as planned, and moved on to the T-1 prototype's testing phase. The Government Accountability Office's annual weapons system study states that $8.8 billion was spent on 76 MQ-25 drones, resulting in an approximate $11.1 billion overall program cost. Consequently, a single drone would cost $155 million. However, according to a more recent government evaluation of military systems in 2021, total development costs have actually decreased since the program's launch in 2018. At present, its valuation is at $2.3 billion. At 12% under the asking price, Boeing appeared to have acquired one of the rarest franchises in the defense industry, a product that comes in less expensive than expected. Consider how well this may work with any future drone orders that the Navy might get. Moreover, forgetting the contracts required to construct them. People around the world are crying about how AI is taking jobs and that it is the world of robots. While it is entirely true that no one's jobs are entirely safe from AI, we are trying to give it as much of a human touch as possible to stay from getting replaced by some screws and silicon. When we talk of the MQ-25, while this is not necessarily AI, it is using automation to fly. Of course, this gets us to wonder how far the world would go with automation entering even the defense world. These drones often have sophisticated autopilot systems that allow them to take off, fly, and land autonomously. The primary use of these drones in the military is to improve efficiency, reduce risks to human pilots, and enable prolonged and complex missions. However, these are generally controlled by men on the ground. Drones as a term has a negative connotation associated with it. We are quick to think of surveillance, the Hunger Games, and with it, a dystopian, dictator-run world with it. They are also shown as modern warfare and surveillance support in movies like Iron Man and Transformers. But when automation has reached even the fields of aviation and defense, it is imperative to ensure that it is not put to the wrong use. In shows like Black Mirror, the concept of drones and remotely piloted aircraft are used to explore the ethical and sociological implications of sentient robotics. The fact that we have developed the MQ-25 Stingray aligns with these futuristic depictions. The future is now. Utilize every possible way of automation, but ethically and with care and responsibility. Comment in the box below about what you think the future of MQ-25 is and how else you believe that the drone can be effectively used. To learn more such interesting facts and stimulate those neurons in your brain, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.